podcast topic: should we stop somebody from doing something that will result in them harming themselves?
So I believe that we should stop people from doing something that will result in self-harm, because self-harm can lead to death or life-altering complications.
In my opinion, we shouldn't stop it until it's to the point where they can harm themselves and they can't recover. If it's a harmless mistake or something where they'll get hurt but they'll get back up, I think we need to let them do that and learn from themselves.
So according to an interview between Alex Spiegel and Professor Favaza, who's a professor at the University of Missouri, it's a problem in monasteries and nunneries, as well as modern-day prisons, and could even be found in ancient Greece. So, the self-harm from doing stuff has been around for a very long time, and this is something that I believe needs to be addressed.
There's self-harm, and then there's also people relying on others to help out with their problems. People use others as a brace, and doctors say if you use a brace for too long, you become dependent on it and you can't function without it. So if we want to help those people to get better, we can maybe guide them a little bit, but we can't always stop them.
Alright, one reason that we should stop people from doing something that will cause self-harm is because of drunk driving, which in a report from the NHTSA, they say every day almost 30 people in the United States die in drunk driving crashes. That's one person every 48 minutes. And drunk driving crashes claim more than 10,000 lives per year. So if we're able to stop someone from drinking and driving, then I believe we should step in, and so that way that they don't end up risking their lives or their personal selves, and also they don't put innocent people in harm's way.
I agree with that part, just because if it's saving somebody to the point where they have to learn, that's something they have to do on their own. But if it involves killing themselves or others around them that have nothing to do with the situation at hand, in that case, you might have to step in. But people need to be able to experience some things in order to learn that, okay, I did this, I tried this, it didn't end up how I wanted it to or how it should have, and in the end result, people got hurt or I got hurt, and that's how they learn.
I can agree with that people should learn from their mistakes, and as you said earlier, to a certain point, you should allow them to learn, unless it can cause serious damage or permanent damage.
Right.
But another thing that from self-harm is that self-harm, such as activities as cutting yourself or burning yourself, is a gateway to suicide, according to Cornell University. Deliberately harming one's body through such acts as cutting, burning, or biting is a primary risk factor to suicide in teens and young adults. So, this is another thing that I believe we should step in to prevent, and as this is on the more serious side of because this is life-threatening and can lead to very dangerous situations. And so I believe we should step in for that, but as you said earlier, I can so respect the idea of
Daniel Castillo, please go to G237. Daniel Castillo, please go to G237.
Of letting people learn from their mistakes if they were to touch like a hot stove.
Alright.
Yeah, because the brain is recognizes and it's wired to, if it sees something, if it touches a hot stove, its first instinct is to take it off. If you let somebody well, if you let somebody go through that and let them take the hand off, that's them building up their reflexes, and it helps them
I totally know.
later on in life
even
and
saw
with
Michelle,
other things.
And she said, comment, I
Yeah,
said, I will. I forgot, but after I'm done with Jacob, you can be there all
Yeah.
lunch?
I
Thank you.
definitely. I agree with that also. So
What is it?
It's isn't it stress?
Yeah.
Well, here you
And
have PSI.
something that I've heard a lot is what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And if it's one of the things that will kill you, then I think that that's the things that we should intervene in and stop. But if it's something like something
So
that
there's stress.
you can get past, or something that after it happens you will be stronger mentally and physically, then I say you should let that person do it
Right? Because that's
and
the end where it
experience it.
broke.
Yep.
that makes
Alright,
sense.
so, 25.
So if I'm understanding correctly, we're coming to the
It's
agreement
25.
that if the
25
possible
times
harm
10 to
is
the
serious,
third, right?
life-threatening, then we should intervene.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Otherwise,
this
we
is
should
a
let
stress
people
strain
learn from their
graph.
own mistakes.
It's
Yeah.
not a forced displacement.
All right.
graph.
I don't.
That's it.
Okay. I don't know what I was.